What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Common Sense and Logic.
Welcome back, YouTube. I'm Caesar.
And I'm Ronnie. And here we are, folks. Today is Monday. No, it's Tuesday, right?
Oh, shoot. It is Tuesday. That's
Tuesday.
right. It is Tuesday.
Yeah, we're kind of losing track here, man. But we're trying to keep up with all the events that are happening around the world.
Yeah.
And
a lot of things still going on, man. A lot of craziness.
I told you last time, right? Just one right after the other. You know,
yeah, it's all
last week. We got a whole mess this week. So.
It's all distractions, and ultimately it's all distractions from the fraud that's going on.
Yeah, that's the way we see it. Yeah. That's what Common Sense and Logic says. But what do you guys think, right?
And not only that, it's not distraction, but it's chaos just being created under Trump's presidency. Just chaos to make it look like he's not doing a good job.
Yeah,
it's all chaos.
And
organized chaos.
Yeah, so we're going to talk today about...
Sunday, the Grammys.
Okay, the Grammys, okay.
The Grammys happened on Sunday, and everybody came out with the little ice out pins and, just anti-ice, whatever. I think you were going to mention something about Bad Bunny. Or how do you even pronounce it? Because they were saying Bob Bunny or Bob Bunny? Or...
I think it's Bad Bunny.
I mean, that's all it looks like, Bad Bunny, but they were saying Bob Bunny.
Yeah, I don't know that guy. I don't listen to his... I'm a Christian guy, like I told you guys before. I don't listen to none of that anymore. And I wasn't even watching those...
yeah, I didn't watch them either.
Those awards and all that.
I'm just going off of what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I'm going off too. And so that guy's a puppet, right? So he got paid. They made him look good. I think he got 3 awards.
Yeah, 3 Grammys.
So he's happy, you know. He sold. So whatever.
Yeah.
So the whole NFL and came out. They're backing him up, and I guess they're gonna have him for a
Super Bowl. But TP USA, Turning Point USA is having their own halftime. So
that's right.
I would suggest tuning into that, listening to some real artists.
Yeah, exactly. So, but we have some other stuff to talk about that the whole event right on Sunday.
Yeah, well, the first thing, just going back to Bob Bunny or Bad Bunny, however you pronounce it. I don't know what the slang way of pronouncing his name is, but before he even got into it, he goes, before I even thank God. Can you believe he said that? Before I even thank God, I want to say ice out.
Yeah.
So come on, man.
Those two don't really coexist.
Just like, really? Come on, if you're gonna be thank God, that should be your first and foremost words that you're gonna say, not before. I think that just tells you where his priorities are,
Well, that's what's going on with the liberals, with the liberal mind. You know what I mean? Like that other guy, Don Lemon. Yeah. He claims that he's a Christian, but he's married. He's a gay guy. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, he's definitely gay.
Yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with gay people. I mean, whatever, but that's a whole different topic. Yeah.
Well, in Christianity, that leads you to hell, whether you like it or not. Right. You know what I mean? So, but for him to make that claim, but that's another subject.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it, later on probably.
Right.
But so these guys are going all about ICE, right? Against ICE and all that, and
it's just virtual signaling, man. These people, all these celebrities, they've never been really in the real world. So it just makes them look good by it's always a different cause.
Yeah.
The last time they had them, I think it was the Ukraine pin, the Ukraine flag or something like that.
Well, they're all puppets, man.
And it's always a different cause. Why are they not having a pin as far as what's going on with Iran right now?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they should, if they really think about humanity.
Yeah,
that's really what's going on. But no, they're over here protesting law enforcement that they're doing their job. They're getting criminals that were let in by the Biden administration. All this chaos is because Biden let them all in, man.
Yeah.
And because of these sanctuary states and sanctuary cities that are not working with law enforcement, with ICE. As soon as they get out of jail, if they were working with law enforcement and ICE, they would tell them, okay, we're releasing this criminal back into the streets. Come and pick them up right out of jail, but they're not. Since they're sanctuary cities, sanctuary states, they're not telling these guys. So the ICE agents, they have to go try to search them out on their own. That's where it's all happening,
Yeah.
They're on their own trying to find out where these criminals are at, because they're not being told as soon as they're being released from prison.
And the dumbass folks that they're ignorant to the whole thing that's going on around this world, they go and try to interfere with their job They don't even try. They are interfering with them
by protesting peacefully, supposedly. But if you look at these peaceful protests, it's all aggressive and just them violently. Either speaking violently towards the officials or just doing violent acts towards these officials trying to do their job.
What's funny to me is that these people are defending people that they don't even know.
Yeah. Exactly.
There was another incident about some kid that was involved in some jewelry heist. Over in Anaheim, California. Yeah. Here,
and I think
they stole about three quarters of a million in jewelry.
So this kid, he ends up in Linwood. Anaheim undercover police department agents, they find him in Linwood, I think.
Linwood. Yeah. So he gets his ass kicked.
They take him down because he's trying to carjack someone.
He's trying to carjack somebody, and they tased him too. He didn't go down.
They punched him out.
But then you hear the folks out there, filming it. They're thinking, first off, it's ICE. When it's not. It's Anaheim police.
Well, they just don't know.
They don't even know that this dude is a wanted criminal, dude.
So the people that they're defending, they don't know who they are, man. These guys are criminals, and this guy, in this case, is a criminal, and they're over here defending him without even knowing about him.
Yeah.
Just because they see law enforcement taking somebody down. They care more about defending criminals than actual victims. These people at the Grammys, where were their pins for all these young ladies that were raped and killed by the illegal immigrants, Lake and Riley, and the list goes on and on.
The list goes on,
But they don't shed a tear.
And if you don't want to talk about that, then that's fine, right? Yeah. Because they're white, I don't know. But you still have people that are being taken advantage of. I mean, California is becoming like really big in prostitution again. You know what I mean? Yeah. So how come they don't cry about that?
Yeah.
If you really care about humans, you should be crying about that.
Yeah, and they don't mention all the 145,000 kids that were found under the Trump administration that were lost and now they're found. 2,500 young girls that were taken out of prostitution rings. They don't talk about any of this, man. And these people are just defending criminals.
So just today, something came out with Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles, and now she's looking into cleaning up the prostitution and all that.
Yeah.
But I guess she's doing all this because she's gonna run for another term.
Yeah.
And I'll be freaking surprised, man. These people in California still vote for her.
Oh, they are. Look what happened with Gavin Newsom. I think 12 years ago, whenever he promised that there was not going to be any more homeless people here in California. Look where we're at, man. It was all lies.
Common sense and logic, man. Look, California has been led by Democrats for a long time. And what have we got from them?
The highest homeless.
So wouldn't it just make any sense to give somebody else a chance to see what they could do, a Republican, to see what they could do? But no, I guess people are just too moronic here in California.
Yeah, brainwashed and all that. But we kind of strayed away from the Grammy situation. But this whole Grammy thing is just it just led us into this conversation where they're just defending people
because it's all tied up to.
Yeah, it's all tied up. They're defending people that are that they don't know anything about, man. They're defending criminals, and it's just mind-boggling, Yeah.
Well, they keep defending illegals, but you don't see none of them saying, "Here's my address. You can come and stay and live with me for a while."
Yeah. Billie Eilish mentioned,
I'll feed you. I'll house you. I'll give you everything you need. When I see that, then I'm gonna be like, "Wow!" But they won't do that. No?
Yeah, Billie Eilish mentioned that that these are stolen lands or something like that. We're living on stolen lands. Yet she lives in a Malibu mansion.
And she won't give it up.
Yeah, she won't give it up to the Native Americans. That's supposedly it's on stolen land from the Native Americans. Why not give it up to them, or open up her gates to anybody that wants to get? No, that she has 24-hour security in her place, locked gates, nobody's entering. That kind of reminds me of something, right? We don't want illegals entering the U.S. She don't want criminals entering her property.
No, she doesn't want anybody walking in there.
Anybody, even fans, whatever.
Yeah.
So that just tells you, that this young lady, Billie Eilish, she's lived a sheltered life. I think she won her first Grammy at the age of 16. So she's never lived reality, man. She's always had a silver spoon. Yet she's trying to tell us what to do. She's trying to give advice.
Well, the
The
thing
last
is,
person I'd be getting advice is from her. She's
well,
never,
the thing is that I understand, these people are puppets and they get paid for it. They get endorsement,
Right.
they get money,
Yeah.
they get fame, they get whatever.
As soon as they're walking out on stage, their manager's putting the pin on them.
Yeah,
Talk about this.
they have a script. They even get told them what to wear that night, right? But the ordinary people out there, regular people that are doing the same, but you guys are not even getting paid or anything like that. And you guys for sure are not willing to take any illegals into your home.
Right.
Because if you would do that, then things would change. That would make a big difference. But nobody, they want to defend everybody, but as soon as you ask them, would you take one of them in?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
They want you doing the dirty work, man. They're over there, they're telling you on TV, go out there and protest. Yet they're not gonna take their time and go out there and protest. They're just these millionaire celebrities they're telling you what to do, but they're not out there doing themselves. So. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Don Lemon also. You touched on Don Lemon. He got a standing ovation at the Grammys. Can you believe that?
No, I do believe it. They're all the same. They're all from the Chippendale old block. Hollywood.
They give him a standing ovation. Yeah, they don't give respect to the people that are actually doing the real work. The helping the U.S. of A.
Well, he got arrested, so he's gonna have a trial coming up, and hopefully, who knows if he's gonna get some time in jail, but. If it doesn't, then at least hopefully he won't be able to do what he did.
Yeah. They'll spin it for sure.
He has been.
That they're gonna say his rights are being violated as free speech.
Right.
No, he trespassed. He disrupted mass. That's a federal crime what he did, and that's why he got arrested.
And what's funny about that too, Common Sense and Logic. He was on the Jimmy Kimmel show. I think it was last night.
Okay.
And of course, you got two puppets interviewing each other. Of course, he's gonna be all nice and freaking rainbows, right?
Of course.
But how many of you know what it takes to get into Jimmy Kimmel's show? You need tickets. You need to be on the list or something like that. You can't just walk right in. And what do you think would happen if you walked in there and disrupt when he's taping?
Yeah.
You'll get kicked out.
Arrested,
so this whole thing that I could do it but you can't, it's a liberal BS thing,
Yeah, I think last year I think he only had probably 2 non-Democrats as guests.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And throughout the whole year.
And when he does,
I know it wasn't more than 5.
And when he does have someone of the opposite side, he gives it to them. He tries to make them look bad.
Yeah, of course.
But that's every liberal, So we're used to all this.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to inform you knuckleheads out there that are protesting and defending ICE and talking smack about Trump and us that, support Trump. You have no solid foundation on what you're talking about,
Just an example, going back to the Grammys, all these celebrities saying ICE out, F ICE or whatever. And then everybody gets up and cheers, all the people in the audience. Jelly Roll wins a Grammy. He comes out. He gives testimony as far as how he's been a drug addict and recovering. He recovered. He did time in jail, and he gave praise to how his life was turned around with Jesus Christ. He says Jesus Christ doesn't know any two parties. Anybody could go to him and just what do you call it? Change their life for the better. And when he was saying that, you see the look on the people's faces. They're not up there. They're not applauding. They're kind of like all scared and like. That just tells you where it's at.
One of these days we'll talk about my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and why that name offends so many people.
Yeah.
Why does it just hits a nerve in them?
It was witnessed yesterday.
But we'll talk about that in some other. I'm waiting for that moment.
And then post. I think it was post. Grammys or whatever, or after he won, they interview him on the red carpet or whatever, or afterwards, inside somewhere. They asked Jelly Roll, okay, well, what do you think about what's going on? He goes, hey, first of all, I'm not educated enough. People shouldn't even be paying attention to what I say.
Yeah.
I'm just a redneck.
That's real, right there, dude.
He pretty much told you,
that
nobody should be listening to what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's nobody. And that's exactly what everybody out there, they should be listening to his words. Why are you guys trying to preach to other people as far as what they should be doing when you guys are nobody. You guys are celebrities. What does that mean?
I mean, we even have the other rapper chick, right? Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
As far as I know, she used to be a liberal, and now she's jumping to the other side, to the right side, and she's getting hit about that.
Yeah, no,
she's getting hated on.
Oh, she got made fun of at the Grammys as well.
There you go.
She got made fun of.
Like, why? It doesn't make any sense at all. You know, if we find one of the guys going to the Republican side and they're going to the left, then we're like, bye, okay, we don't want you because for whatever reasons, right? But we're not gonna make fun of them.
Everybody has a right to their own opinion. They're not gonna talk down to them, kind of like what they do.
But my thing is, like, Nicki Minaj was on top, dude. Like, I don't know too much about her, but I do know because she was constantly on the top.
Oh yeah.
So everything was about her, and as soon as she started siding with Trump, Hollywood, what do? They start pulling the rug on your, you know what I mean? Your whole career.
Ostracize her, turn their back on her, and I'm sure she's gonna be blacklisted, where she's not gonna be able to do what she did before. But she doesn't care. She's a multi-millionaire.
But she made her money, and that's good for her. And now she's gonna use that money for the good, I hope.
Yeah.
And she's exposing Hollywood. The last thing I read about her, she's exposing them, and she's making the same claim that a lot of people have made, a lot of celebrities have made, that about what Hollywood does. And we're not gonna get into it right now, but she's exposing them, and they're not liking it. So she's on the way out, I guess, from that Hollywood fame. But for all the people that used to follow her, and you guys are gonna dump on her too, only because Hollywood is, then what is that? That's not common sense and logic, man. You know what I mean? So you guys need to pay attention to what you're doing, what you're listening, what you're seeing, and that's why we're here. Common sense and logic.
Yeah, just try to.
We're not trying to sway you to one side or the other. We're asking you to simply just use your common sense and logic for anything that you do in life.
And then make your decision off of that, But just use your common sense and logic.
It's a simple thing.
And we'll just give you an example.
It's a simple thing, and it will make a difference in the world. And for those that might say, no, it doesn't, well, try it. Because I'm pretty sure that the ones that are saying, no, it doesn't, you haven't made a difference in this world. You know what I mean? And for us, if one person could see it, not our way, but see that common sense and logic, hey, that's a win for us, man. Just one out of millions, But that's how you start making a difference in the world, by changing one mind. So hopefully we'll get to do that. Hopefully we are doing that.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais made a comment as far as all these entertainers in the Grammys, celebrities talking politics. He just said, "Hey, man, you guys are entertainers. Just stick to that. We don't want to hear your politics."
We talked about that on a video, right? When you're on that platform or entertainment, then you shouldn't have no say-so once you're on that platform. I'm not saying you have no say-so, period. I'm saying you have no say-so.
On your personal time, you have say-so. Yeah, during that
your
platform.
Personal social media, your personal platform, you could do whatever you want. But if we're paying to see you on TV and a concert and whatnot, then I think you should just be quiet. You shouldn't be talking about politics at all.
Right.
That's what I think. That's common sense and logic. Like, for example, if I went to a George Lopez comedy concert, right? I will go to see him. But if he starts talking about politics, whether he's talking about the right or the left,
it doesn't matter which direction.
I'm not there. I'm there for you to make me laugh. I'm paying for you to make me laugh. That's it. Singer, rapper, whatever.
Right.
That's football. Any, you name it. Whatever you're paying for, the people is paying. That's what you should be getting, right? And if you want to talk about politics, then you should go to their platform, their X account, whatever social media they have. That's where you should go and talk about it then.
Right.
But anyways, man, that's what I got on this.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. That's a little too much, but that's it.
Yeah.
A lot of nonsense.
Shut it off?
Yeah, I think we're done, man. Any questions, any feedback, leave them on our comment section.
Yeah. So remember, folks, this is common sense and logic. If you have it, use it. If you don't,
come on back. We'll help you find it.
That's right. See you guys in the next one.
See you guys next time.
Bye.